Good morning. I'm Joe Mangiacotti, and this is Conservatively Speaking, every Saturday morning from 6 to 8 a.m. on WCRN AM 830, and in the western part of the state, WACE AM 730. You can also listen to us on the TuneIn app. If you don't already have it, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, download it. Punch in WCRN, and there you are, live streaming, and you can take us anywhere. Great show lined up today, and you can join the conversation, by the way, at 508-871-7000. That's how you get into the conversation. And we're going to have a great discussion this morning. We're going to start off with Martin Luther King weekend. Monday's the holiday, and what does this mean to you? How do you recognize MLK Day? Do you recognize it? How is it taken in your home? Is it something done very seriously, or is it just another 3-day weekend that you have and you're really not paying attention to why? So we'll talk to you about that and get your feedback on that. And then, of course, we're going to talk about the shutdown, right? Day 28 of the shutdown. How does it affect you? Does it affect you? Do you think that the president should hold out? Who is responsible for the shutdown? Is it the president who says, I'll take it? I'll take the mantle, it'll all be on me, and that's fine, it's his, but who's responsible for no progress? Is it the president, or is it the Democratic leadership like Pelosi and Schumer, who aren't moving at all? They haven't given anything whatsoever, right? Nothing. They had an opportunity to get relief for DACA at one point, and they didn't take it. You're talking about $5 billion, $5.7 billion technically, in the big picture of things. How much is that really? Considering that we already have a wall and border of some type, right? A barrier of some type on half of the wall. So why did it get to be immoral halfway through this process when every one of these people who are opposing it today in the leadership voted for a wall in one shape or form prior to President Trump? So what is the issue here? Is it just totally political? And if it doesn't work, right? The technology doesn't work. You know, fire and wheels are very old technology, but we use them every day, don't we? That doesn't mean that they're not any good. And there's other parts going into there, okay? There's border security with personnel. There's new electronic equipment and other means there. It's not just building the wall. As far as I'm concerned, a wall being put on the border and on all borders, north and south eventually. It's just, that's where you start. It's a no-brainer. You do it. The fact that walls don't work, asinine. Of course they work, right? Acosta going down from CNN, walking with a wall is saying, hey, nobody's crossing the border here. Yeah, because there's a wall and it's doing its job. Yeah, ninny. So, what are we going to do about that? Pelosi basically disinvites the president to address Congress with the State of the Union. We'll talk about that. Now, the State of the Union was written at one time. You got to remember what the medium was in the days that we're talking about. It was written, it was delivered to Congress in that way, shape, and form, and to the nation that way, and eventually it became a radio address, right, the electronic fireplace, and we listened to it that way, and then, of course, it moved into TV. So now, actually, I'm wondering, and this raises a question today, is the next incarnation of the State of the Union address actually social media? Is it delivered in a different way? Do we really as a country stop everything we're doing at 9 o'clock on a Tuesday and watch the State of the Union? Or do we stream it on our devices? Do we actually watch the headlines, the good parts or whatever on our devices in the morning and not even do it live? Do we just listen to what people say about it and form our opinions where someone else has done it on social media? I don't know. And how does it affect? Is it affecting the country? And more importantly, what about the security? TSA and all that. Well, we'll have an expert on in hour 2 who's going to speak to us about cybersecurity and the risks that we have here in the United States. Great credentials. I'll tell you all about them when you tune in this morning. So do that. AM 830 and AM 730 and on the TuneIn app. I'm Joe Mangiacotti, and I'll see you on the radio.